Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Was double honors to our bishops, apostles, and elders. A great millstone who well. Shalom, salutations to the brothers out there pushing the word with sincerity and truth.
Just the same.
Like the brothers like to say, risking their lives to do so now more than ever.
Right.
Shalom to your elect, consists of the men, women, and children that have the truth.
That's beautiful.
Also to the special word was that you don't look like the average people, like even when they married them, was to have the spiritual ear. Was that looking to earn their way to salvation, you know, with temptation. You know, so to come out here, you know, to wake our people up with the spirit of power and out by the way of the shadow.
Oh, shit.
Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is getting ready. He's already setting up plans to get ahead and come down on our people having great wrath. Knowing but he have a short time, right? And there's no amount of money will be able to save you. No amount of strength, no amount of weaponry will be able to save you, but the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I think it's 42 and 15. You know, because what we're out here to do is get ahead and encourage the nation of Israel to turn back to the Lord. Isaiah, whatever you got, and then Isaiah 55 and I think 3 or 6. It said 55 and 6.
See it now?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6, and it says, Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. It says,
yes, it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. So right now, as we're, gas prices are, they went down a little, all right? You're still able to go ahead and seek out the presence of the Lord while he is near, because there'll be a time to where it's going to be dark. Spiritually, the famine of the word is getting ready to come, and a lot of people are going to be looking for answers as why the things the way they are.
That's right.
But here it is, man. We're telling the people that you're living in La land, and Esau has set that up to where he's trying to keep our people constantly suppressed, depressed, and constantly occupied into entertainment, man, to dull the morality of our people. So keep reading.
Fine. It says, verse 7, let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
Yeah, so we're out here to tell you, look, man, the lifestyle that you've been living is wicked. It's due to fear because of Esau Edom, man. And he's constantly trying to convince our people to where, and constantly changing the narrative that, like, what? You're not doing wickedly, you can do as thou will. Why would God set that up to where, you're not able to get ahead and eat your pork and do those things to that nature? When the whole time Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said, don't eat that, man.
That's right.
We're here. Hey, even though we're under grace, we still keep the law, because we don't want to piss Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai off. Because the Lord has a funny way of getting your attention. All right, so keep reading.
Yep. Isaiah 55 and 7, let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
Yeah, the thoughts, man. A lot of people suffer from them thoughts. A lot of people are hooked on drugs because of them thoughts. Not just what they sell on the street, but also those pharmaceutical drugs. The alcohol, the meth, all types of drugs our people are hooked on because of those thoughts. And they're constantly trying to suppress those thoughts. But the only way to live in somewhat peace is in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and serving and suffering of pleasing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Like the scripture says, it had pleased the Most High for Yahweh Shai to suffer that bruised him. To suffer those bruises that Yahweh had put on Yahweh Shai, it pleased Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So if you have like a son and you put him in boxing school and he becomes a champion, and you're proud of him that he went through that suffering, he went through those sacrifices to become champion, or not even champion, but just to suffer, just to become great and good. Let him bring this out real quick.
Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 42 and verse 15. I will now remember the works of the Lord.
Right? It said, I will now remember the works of the Lord. Right? So if you go ahead and go back in history and you see the works of the Lord, one of the greatest ones was when being able to take the nation of Israel out of Egypt, man. The Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart to keep the children of Israel back. He did that multiple times to show the power that, look, I'm in control of all of this. Right. So what we're out here to do is to encourage our people to act more spiritually and not act carnally, because the carnal side is relying on your natural capabilities, relying on your nervous system, man, which our nervous system naturally wants to live. But we live for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so that's why we shun and encourage our people to shun the activities that you like to indulge in, and then go ahead and please the Lord. Go ahead.
Right.
Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Yeah, you keep it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 42 and verse 15. I will now remember the works of the Lord and declare the things that I have seen. And the words of the Lord are his works.
Yeah. We're declaring the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's why we come out here and proclaim this word. You know, and then tell the people, like, look, if you don't get right, the Lord's going to deal with you. You want to be on the right side of Yahweh Shem Yahushua than the wrong side. Because when that battle axe or that judgment axe starts swinging around, you want to be on the side to where you're the one swinging it.
Yeah. This is I'm gonna finish Isaiah.
What do you think?
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 55 and 7. It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon."
Yeah, he said he will abundantly pardon. Read it again.
Yep. It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And to our power, for he will abundantly pardon."
Yeah, no, that's all the Lord wants, man. If you see throughout the scriptures, hey, you know, Jacob's messing up, then the Lord will go ahead and send a savior, and then what? Then you will be. He just wants you to return unto him. You know, regardless of what you've been through, the Lord just wants you to return. Forsake your ways, forsake your thoughts. You know, and that's constantly, that's daily, even for us, man. So we're out here to encourage the elect. That, like, look, man, life is rough, but it's a lot rougher out there than inside here. At least you know why you're going through the things that you're going through. Because what we're going through right now for the brothers that's behind on this side is that he's making us better leaders, constantly making us go through trials and tribulations. So what? In the latter end, we'll be able to teach with a state of mind to where we believe in the Lord is dealing with us, you know, and like we know we sent from the heavens, man. Or else we wouldn't be here, man. You know, we could be doing something else, indulging in our flesh and whatnot. But the Lord compel us to come out here and teach those nations. Because if we don't, the Lord will get ahead. We'll be like Jonah, man. That's right. The way the Lord vigorously pull you out the world and be like, motherfucker, I did not tell you to go teach.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, has sent unto you all his servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them. But ye have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear.
Yeah. So look, the Lord has woken us up early to get ahead and teach this word. Hey, the Lord, what Esau Edom has right now, the Lord has given it to Esau Edom to try what's in our hearts. Just can you get Deuteronomy the 8th chapter? It's like you start at the top. You know, it's really just show to see what's in our hearts, to see if we truly believe it, to see who's going to stand stiffly in the hour of temptation, to see who's going to fall, man. Because what Esau Edom, like a lot of people have said, some trust in chariots, some in horses, man. But these people see like Esau Edom and his miracles, like, he's able to do surgery. He's able to bring back people that was once blind. But that's what it's coming up to where he's going to have that MOTB, maybe not in the form of MOTB, but it's going to be underneath that umbrella to where he's going to be able to create miracles. Having people that was once lame walk again, people that was once blind see again, you know? And it makes sense where you could never lose your phone. But the Lord said he's not with it. Do not take that. Do not. Or else that's it for you. That means you fully trust and submerge yourself into Esau's philosophies, and you're gonna give your soul to him. So that's why a lot of people sold out. And they use our people to push forth this hip hop and this black culture to kill and suppress and destroy our people, man. Here it is, and you got a lot of people waking up, but yet they're secretly They're secretly Captain Saberhold. They're secretly a lot of the women that believe they're secretly feminists, because there's the allegations that just came out against this one dude, Deacon, right, and his women and stuff like that. You see all the comments on the comment board, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck? You already know what you're doing. So you mean to tell me all this time you've been in the truth that you don't understand that women are supposed to be subject to men? Regardless of what you're going through, you're supposed to stay strong to your man. You know, regardless. Of course, you will try to get ahead and what was that? The ball, my man. Yeah, what happened with the ball? She was wise enough to tell King David to bring him some goods and stuff like that. Like, listen to his name, because the whole time he was working for Baal. You know, it's crazy that his name is Nabal, but he was a worshiper under Baal.
His name was meant fool.
Yeah, his name means fool. So keep reading.
Hey, if I can say, because what did Nabal's wife do? She ain't see King David and said, "Man, F my husband." And then when she stayed down like a good wife until Nabal was put to death, and then King David took her. Well, I think it was Abigail.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, no brothers was going over it, so like that's how it was just a little fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
Because you know when you go, yeah, man, because it made sense how King David was king and killing tens of thousands, man. His name was ringing bells, but this Jake was so naive and hard-headed. He was just like, King David, who's King David? You know, basically like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Right.
But yet, King David was about to go ahead and slay this man, and then his wife was just like, oh no, whoa. He's not the brightest bulb in the box. So just have mercy. And then like whole time he got killed, and then that goes to show you, like, if you keep pushing forth this word. I was going on the book of Malachi and how during that time we was just exiled out of Babylon, right? So coming out of Babylon, they rebuilt the temple, and you had a bunch of Israelites that was like, their spirits they weren't right. You had the priests sacrificing animals that had blemishes, defective sacrifices. You had jakes that wasn't giving up tithes to where they were supposed to give up tithes to help the storehouse, to help the priests, to help out the widows and the orphans and whatever the storehouse needed. So everybody was suffering, because they spirits were. What you just real quick, just jump to can you get Malachi 3:10? Because this is important. Like I did that video earlier today. The Lord, this is one time the Lord actually told you to try Him. This is one time, but not to try the Lord, or else you will find yourself in the world of hurt.
That's right.
So fear not the one that can kill body and soul. No, fear not the one that can just kill the body, but fear the one that can kill body and soul. In hell. Yeah. Right? So He could go ahead and wipe away everything, not just you, but then your whole lineage. Your whole lineage will be cursed. So go ahead, Naaman, buckle shot. 3:10. Yes, sir.
This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 10. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
Yeah, he's like, yo, give me all you got. And then he's like, I will open up. You're going to keep reading to that second verse. And if you can, grab it and then the AMP when you're done with that. He was like, yo, bring me all that you have, and I will give you so many blessings that you won't be able to put all in your storehouse. You will have to give some away, to where it will go rotten if you don't, man. So we do that spiritually, physically for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Right. He's going to give us so much. Real quick, Matthew 19:29. Yeah. Because that's what we out here to give our bodies a daily sacrifice. So the Lord will bless us in the time of need. He will get ahead and take care of us, because we gave so much to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, our heart, spirit, mind, body, and soul. Get ahead, read that. About
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 29.
28.
Yeah, I'll start at 28. It says, and Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of His glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
Yeah, so He said, you forsook all of that for my name's sake. I'm gonna give you 100-fold, not just double, man, not just 5 times, but 100. 100, man. That's a number that's pretty much innumerable.
That's right. Hey, this is if I can say, this ancient time measurements. This ain't Esau measurements. Esau be on that 20%.
Yeah,
his 20% ain't shit though.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
20% discount.
Yeah.
This is in the AMP, Malachi chapter 3, verse 10. Bring all the tithes, the tenth, into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house. And test me now in this.
Oh, it said test me now in what?
In this, says the Most High. If I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you so great a blessing until there is no more room to receive it. Yeah. Then will I rebuke the devourer, insects, plague, for your sake. And he will not destroy the fruits of the ground, nor will your vine in the field drop its grapes before harvest, says the Most High.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. That you'll trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to give it all. We're going to have so many blessings to where we're going to. we gotta give some away, you know. So that's how you know when the influx comes, we're gonna have so much oil because it's a talk about how our oil is filled over the cup. You know? Yeah, a cup running over, man. So the Lord's giving us blessing. All you gotta just have that desire, that burning, that flame, and that fire to want to eat it up, man. To sacrifice just this time, you know. What they say, like there's like neuroscientists. They say, oh, you need just 15 minutes a day to become a professional, like for like a span of time, you know. So you just give the Lord 15 minutes a day, man, and you be better than great, man. Because there's a lot of people that's not even trying, man. Oh, I was watching one of the videos of Shy, Elder Shy Mom, where he said basically like anybody below 30 and under, they don't know about Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh yeah. You know this place is it's moral deprived, man. And it's through Esau Edom and his trickery, man. Not teaching the right things, you know. He said back in the day, Apostle Taha, I never heard this before. Like they were, on Sundays, there will be no stores open, man. So at least it will give some people some type of discipline to not. You can't go if you go outside, you gonna go for a walk. You can't buy nothing, you know. But now, you know, it's a constant feed of the flesh. It's just nonstop with this social media and goddamn eating and drinking and just being so-called married.
Hey, bro, if I can say real quick, it's crazy because when you look at the generations and even just different regions, for example, like I got a part of the family that's out from the West Coast. They came over here. When you come, you know, the part of VA I live at, everything closed at 9, 8 o'clock. They came over here. It's like, why is everything closed so early? It's like, cause we ain't Vegas. There ain't no 24-hour shit over here, man. People here conservative. People go to work. They over there just partying all the time and on that. Not to say that they was, but that's how the culture is over there. You know, this place is deprived morally, like the big bro was going into, man.
Yeah, there was apparently it was called blue laws, to where you couldn't buy anything on Sunday, you know. And nowadays, like I said, you just have to where Esau Edom has set it up to where they're turning pleasure into pain. A lot of these people, they want to surf the internet and what they call doom scroll, to where their minds turn into mush. Their attention span is shortened. And now they need to recover from it, so they're going to come up with another app to get ahead and try to get ahead and recover from that.
To
decompress, which is, you know, it makes sense. But a lot of individuals, they're going to go back to that default setting to where Edom Esau makes it so easy for you to fall into the traps. And once you fall into the trap, it's hard to get out. You know, but it's, you know, you can see that it's easier to maintain than to fall into the trap and try to get yourself out, because he's just going to hit you. It's just the same thing, but like his court system, from his highway systems to the school systems. Once you get a negative, it's hard to erase it. You know, he's going to put all types of penalties and fines on you. You got to hire lawyers and go through all types of trials, postponements. You know, and it makes it hard for you, and it's just draining you because you got to put so much money into it just to teach yourself out of trouble, man. I should read what you got.
Okay, this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust go corrupt, and where thieves break through.
Right? Yeah, come right here.
You guys are powerful people.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to listen, but you tell the truth. You know, he said he's Muslim, but he heard what you had to say. He's on mute.
Who said he was Muslim? Okay.
The faker.
All right.
I'm telling him, listen to what y'all got to say. He keep cutting me off. Keep telling me don't listen. But y'all saying some real shit, whether I believe or not. He's a false prophet, right?
All right, man, brother.
You guys,
we're just out here to tell our people who they are, what's going on. Yeah. Hey, some people don't want to hear the truth, bro.
I like y'all because y'all tell the truth.
You're not supposed to be smoking, bro. That's the truth. The truth is hard to tell and it's hard to hear. It's hard to hear. So you're not supposed to. Yeah.
And I acknowledge it.
I
didn't hide it.
All right, work on it. Yeah, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust go corrupt.
Yeah. Don't lay your treasures on earth where moth and rust do corrupt, man. So it's symbolic to what? You're constantly going to go through things when you lay your heart too close to these desires or these tangible things on earth, man. Because something's going to happen to where it's going to make you feel some type of way, and you're going to be distorted, and your spirit's going to be messed up. You know, so that's why you don't put your trust in women, these cars, these clothes, these homes. You know, we all our trust, all our nuts and bolts, what they say, all our eggs is in that basket of Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 again. Lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust go corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust go corrupt.
Right? Because look, Esau Edom is getting ready, right? He got this technocracy going on right now to where he has everything under surveillance. He said, you shall own nothing and still be happy. Oh, my bad. He said, you shall own nothing and still be happy, right? And you see how he's setting it up to where you won't be able to own a home.
Aren't those magnetic?
Oh, your car won't be able
tape
to.
it on the sign,
you won't be able to own your car. It's going to basically be a rental. And then another thing, they got so much technology, or they got so much technology in the car to where, say, if you got some type of negative thoughts towards the government, they could just turn off your car, pull you over to the side of the road and walk.
If I could say something on that, brother? Yeah. There was a, I believe they're gonna, I forgot the phrase that they use, man. Those who remember it, but basically, if you're showing unfavorable views on AI technology and all of Esau's technology, you can be labeled a domestic terrorist. For example, right now in the state of Virginia and all these different places where, all these rural areas where they have data centers now, there's people that are hopping the fences because they are fenced. They're hopping fences and trying to basically sabotage the data centers because they do pollute the earth. Those people now, right now, they're just facing trespassing charges, maybe B&E, right? Well, I ain't gonna say which companies, but some of these companies already hired rifle guys to shoot them down. Because we talking in states like Texas and Virginia, where you have council doctrine and stand your ground, it's fully legal to kill somebody for breaking onto your property. So these are the types of things that's going to start happening because what? They have unfavorable views on Esau's technology, you know? So soon that's going to be probably not, I don't want to say federal, because some of those buildings, some of them data centers are federal property. And anything against the feds is a federal crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because there's going to be a flag attack.
Yeah.
A false, because they be trying to nip the videos, so you got to kind of throw the algorithm off.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some type of attack on there to where they're going to like increase the security of the data centers because
the penalties for touching them.
People are not going to be with it, man. Like they don't know that their freedom is slowly but surely being taken away. To where there's videos and I'll say there's videos. So I ain't seen no articles on it to where they want to be able to measure how much air you take, how much water you take.
Oh, the carbon stuff?
The carbon.
The carbon emissions.
The carbon emissions, footprint. Everything. They want to be able to tax everything.
Yeah.
To where, and it's all coming from those small hats, man. Oh, look, get Thessalonians, 2, and we can start at the top, because we're coming into the time. Well, we're already in the time. This man is being revealed, man.
Second Thessalonians, right?
Yeah, Second Thessalonians. You can give me, just go ahead. You can just start it.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Yahweh HaMashiach.
Yeah, but we're right now, we're blessing you by telling you Yahweh Shai, who people call Jesus Christ today, is coming back, man. And that's a blessing to even hear that. Because like I said, the only way to be in peace, or somewhat peace, is to live in Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Yahweh HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, verse 2, that ye be not soon shaken in mind.
Yeah, don't be shaken in mind, man, because look, you see Esau Edom gathering up arms, like the brother said, they got rifles around data centers. What type of, that says something without saying it. Keep going.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 2, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of the Hamashiach is at hand.
But that day of the Lord is at hand, man. It said, look up before your redemption draweth nigh, man. Right now, we're broke with a price, man. So these bodies of ours are not our bodies. They're of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, what you want to call a rental. So all the works that we've been done, you see that all the works that we have done in these bodies, we're gonna have to pay for. So that's why we pay for our sins and our sins through this sacrifice by giving our time and our bodies and our energy to come out here on Saturdays to get ahead and preach the gospel, good tidings to the ones that believe. Because not everybody from the nation of Israel is going to make it this go around, man. There's only going to be a select few members. So that's why, who do we teach knowledge to? Them that are weaned from the breast and that. What it says?
From the breast, drawn from the milk.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, grab that real quick. I think it's Isaiah 58.
We do not own the rights to this music. We do not own the rights to this music. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Yeah, Isaiah 28 and 9.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Right, a lot of people are not going to be able to understand this because they've been spiritually blinded. Their minds have been seared with a hot iron. Their conscience believes in Edom Esau's in science, like that seeing is believing type of deal. Yeah. Not knowing that what he says. He said. I think he told Thomas or Philip. He said, "Blessed is the man that haven't seen and still believes." Man. Yep. Yeah, man. So that's the whole point of us. You had not seen, but these things that's going to come, you will start to understand. It said you will well understand that. That's when the Most High said He will visit the world. You know? That's a vain ass call, man. He got the speakers facing on outside. This is another reason why, hey man, we put curses on this place. It's just like, come on, man. You know, the moral code, and that's supposed to be Benjamin, man. Benjamin is supposed to be some type of understanding, and like they see something like, yo,
He's showing off for crackheads, man. That's the peak of his living, though. Right. That's his consolation. He's playing music for drug addicts.
He calls it rapping. Yeah, that's why. That's another reason why this place is going to be destroyed.
It's a lot, y'all. Hey, this is why the Lord is going to kill a lot of you niggas. Okay, we just gotta get this out there. All right, here it is. The word of the Lord is coming out, and they have no respect. But when the men come around here, go in court, they take their hat off. Yes, sir. No, sir. Your honor. They're very humble. You know, but they have no respect for the authority of this Bible. And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is going to kill a lot of you goddamn niggas. Hey, Salakia.
Nah, that's all good, because it needs to come out. That's why we're here to tell the nation of Israel and encourage them once again, you're the presence of the Lord, and rehearse that. Because a lot of these niggas are going to die, and that's going to put a lot of fear in a lot of people. And once again, help, you're supposed to be working on it now. So the ones that don't work on it, that's why I said you're going to be beaten with more stripes. Them that knew and didn't do better, knowing the master's going to come, he's coming home looking for his, you know, roughly paraphrase, looking for his meal. He's going to beat the living life out of you. You know, compared to the ones that didn't know, that are without, they still going to be beaten. So why not start taking those necessary steps to pray, you know, to learning how to please the Lord. You know, so you could be in safety. You know, everybody thinks about safety, and everybody knows the negativity is more powerful than the positive. So if somebody tells you you're gonna lose your life in 6 months, you're gonna do whatever, you're gonna do all your pleasures and this and this and that. Versus you're gonna get 6 months, you're gonna get a year to live. You know, plus what you already got, you're gonna be more comfortable in that state of mind, man. You know, so we're here to tell you, look, the hard times is coming. All of this, you know, wearing these clothes and showing your bodies and stuff like that. That's about to be all the way out. It'll be all the way in the corner somewhere, nervous as hell. Them followers, all them likes and comments that these women they get, that's gonna be done too. Just like with the rest of these niggas, man. Mm-hmm. You know, the Lord ain't with all of this freedom and do as thou will. You know, when you come to serve the Lord, man, you gotta have some type of self-restraint. That's why these women they're gonna be the number ones to get ahead and get it the worst, because you wanted to get ahead and live that life to where nothing could bother you, nothing could touch you, and that's the whole setup of Edom Esau's theology, man. Yes. Is to have these women running rampant, and it's like, you know, a woman basically, like when she got a man by the balls, she will get ahead and make sure his life is so miserable, she will go out her way. Versus like a man, you know, he just want to be equal. Like he might, you know, rough up a girl, And it was like, just to tell her to chill, like, I'm stronger than you, but a woman will get ahead and do the utmost possible to take your job, your money, and crush you, and make you, and still make you live to see that she's, you know, she's living in glory. And it's like, damn, you know, that's why it says, there's no wicked. It's like it's Sirach 26. Yeah, get it, 26. You know, but that's the thing, man. You know, and I was like, oh man, I had to go through a situation. It was like, I had to like put myself in. I had to restrain myself because a woman was talking too much. You know, just talking like she, you know, like I'm not a man. You know, and I had to think about brothers that have children, man, and you know what they had to go through with their baby mothers. Yeah, these bitches be tripped out of us.
Oh, let me turn my head. Damn.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he... This is Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 17. The witness of a woman changeth her face.
See? So what? Like, I had a case in point. I had an ex-demon. You know, we had the falling out, but I was trying to get back with her, and she had all this dark makeup on, and I'm just like, oh, hell no. I was like, I can't. I was like, it sucked because I had to, like, eat a meal with her and shit. But I'm like, oh, no, I didn't even buy nothing. She ordered something, and I was just like, she said, you know, I don't like to eat by myself. I was like, I couldn't eat because I'm just disgusted with your whole countenance, you know? So that's how you know when a woman is fucking around on you, her whole shit will change. It's like something's off, like something don't seem right. And then you try to, you know, normally you can make things right, you know, get the bitches tripping, you know? And then like, you know, rub her feet, you know, knock it down. Oh, she's better now. But like, you know, you rub her feet, knock it down, she's still acting weird, something's off. Fuck that bitch. That bitch is kick that bitch to the curb.
Till I kick rocks with no socks on.
Yeah. Because these bitches will fuck you, man. They will fuck you, and they will fuck you over and over and over again if you let her. That's why that's another thing. We encourage these Israelites, don't be Captain Saberhoes, because that's going to get you killed. It's going to get you brutally beaten to a pulp, running and trying to save a woman, man.
And in Texas, brother, there was this nigga in Texas who one of his co-workers got into it with her man, and this stupid nigga stepped in and died. He was one of them dudes with the glasses on, fresh fade, and he probably was the work husband to that bitch.
Yeah.
You know, part of my language is Slovakia, but you know, he decided to get in between that man and his woman. Bro, have you ever had an argument with your woman? You know what I'm saying? You be mad, but you could walk away. But then imagine the nigga getting between you and your woman, bro. You ready to take his ass out? Like, get out of my face, man. Yeah. I'm already heated.
Right. Nah, that makes sense because, like, even myself, like, I try not to get too rowdy because, like, you just, you know, you already got niggas looking, like, trying to size you up, see if you can beat you or not. Like, come on, man. You know, here it is. We're in 2026, and everybody know these bitches is wicked, man. They said, like, over 40% of the kids that's born of these black bitches they're not the father. They're not the
They're not with the father.
The father that's written on the birth certificate is not the father. Over 40%.
You water on?
Of course I got it right here. Yeah, I was arguing with this one shorty I deal with. Like, not arguing, but going back and forth. So I asked Chat. Chat said that's not true, but I'm just like, man, for some odd reason, man, and even if it may not be true, I just know, like, these black bitches is just evil, bro. They just, because, you know, we got cousins, we got aunts, you know?
They wicked.
They wicked as hell, bro. I said, my cousin, oh, man, yo, I couldn't believe the things that she was telling me, man. I'm like, damn, this is a little before the truth, though. I could have been in it, but, you know, the whole point of the matter is, read it again?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkness her countenance like sackcloth.
Yeah, and it don't even just gotta be her face. It could be her speech. You know, just her conduct in general. It's just gonna change. So that's how you know she's doing wicked. You know, she's doing wickedly. Same thing for a man. You know, something's just off. You know, that's how you're gonna be able to tell in these end times, because the Lord is gonna put the Spirit on us to be able to read spirits. You know, but it's gonna be in heightened. You know, so as soon as somebody starts changing and turning, there's some thoughts going on in their head. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
Oh, this bitch.
verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Yeah, because a woman could hide. She could be dealing with some dude for 10 years and then get with a new dude and be dealing with that dude for 2 years. But the 2-year dude could be her main squeeze, but the 10-year side piece was just a side piece for over 10 years. And then have the baby with the 10. Or the baby seems like it's a 2-year-old dude, but it's really the side piece, the 10-year-old dude. You know, so like she could hide that. That's wicked as hell. You know, that's wicked as its own belief, man. So read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 19.
And you know what she could do? Or when the dude does find out, she could be crying hysterically, snot bubbles in her face, rolling on the floor, breaking things. Whole time she's still lying, yo. The paternity test is that's a lie, this and that. Do not believe. It says never trust thy enemy, bro. That bitch is your enemy, bro. Fuck that bitch, yo. I'm not proud to say it, but I was like, man, nah, man, because there's a lot of people that secretly, they're your enemies. When that time comes, when a lot of people can't eat, a lot of people can't drink, man, them demons just gonna start popping off, and it's like, see, I knew something, and it started throwing curses on them, because we're out here not only to wake up the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, but also here to condemn and then mark the ones that need to be put to death, because the Lord don't like them. You know, because we're representatives of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. So just like in Samuel where he said, don't be mad that they rejected you. They haven't rejected you, but they have rejected me. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's the same thing with Yahweh. You see this being played out over and over again, how Israel is rejecting the man. You know, so that's why you see the scriptures. It all ties into where how if you can't see or you can't love your brother on planet Earth, or you can't see the things that's being played out on planet Earth, how much more in heaven, man? So that's why we out here to compare spiritual things with spiritual things and be an example towards the nation of Israel to how to be. And then how these women are acting nowadays is not how you be. Even the ones that know cover their head, even the ones that know the name.
Those be the worst ones, brother.
Yeah, they'd be the worst ones. So that's how we know. Any bitch that's from IUIC, any bitch that's from ISUPK, fuck them bitches, bro.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Woo! So that woman that just got dicked by what's his name, Deacon? Hey, that's because that was on you, baby. You know, you decided to get ahead and want that wickedness, you know, and have that shine and have that power to be underneath a man with power, not knowing that's a false sense of power. And now look at you hurt. Now them spirits is all over her, and then she can't stop making videos.
And now her leader is not even an Israelite no more.
God damn, how the fuck is that?
Damn, can you imagine that? Imagine, that woman, well, God went in thinking she's doing the right thing because he's an Israelite, he's a prominent leader of a big camp and all that shit, man.
Now look at him.
And then this nigga, now he's a Christian. But really, he was really just a pimp the whole time.
Oh, what is the scripture saying? Woe to him that maketh haste to get rich.
Yeah.
Let's look for that real quick.
That's right. Yeah, now the whole time, though, dude was just a pimp. He was just about the money.
Right.
You know, with the sharp beard line all the time. You know, mixing the gang banging with the Israelite theme and shit. You know, fringes and cripping and weird shit like that. You know, that she should have known off that. Like, yo, this dude ain't right, man. This dude talking about he an Israelite and then gang banging on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? All them niggas, man. Except for Hassad. That guy looks like a lame. He don't really like he do shit. You know, but he's way off though, just as much as them. You know? Yeah. Oh, I had that Isaiah 28 still. Alright, Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, which is essentially a babe is weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. You know? When a baby begins their life, the only thing that they can consume is their mother's milk. They can't even drink water. A newborn baby cannot consume water. That can kill it. You can put it in the ER. It can harm it very bad. The only thing it can drink is milk, nothing else. The mother's milk. Or formula, because we in hell, you know. But what? So the scriptures are saying those that are going to understand the doctrine are those that's like babes, man. The only thing they're going to be consuming is this. Spiritually. You know, babe ain't going to be, let me go ahead. You know, because look at those people that listen to multiple camps. You're listening to IUIC, Sakari, HODC, Wi-Fi, You know, now your doctrine's all messed up. You're like, damn, man, the Latinos supposed to be Israelites, but this camp said they supposed to be black. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, now you messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's not you being a babe, man. The babe gonna listen to the truth and nothing but the truth. You know?
That's all it's good to say. A child left to himself become willful.
Yeah.
So a lot of these women, it's crazy. I've been going through this. I've been seeing this a lot lately. A lot of these women that have children, they're children themselves. So the child grows up super. These boys grow up super fucked up, and with all types of anxiety issues and social issues because these women don't have men, or at least a man somewhere somehow to get ahead and put. Even I was just like, damn, bro. I said even if it's like a so-called weak man. Like at least he will have certain standards as a man. Mm-hmm. You know, he wouldn't have all this anxiety. He wouldn't be so scared of fucking everything if he had a man. Man, y'all must remember how she was like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on, bro? I hate this shit, man. I see my brothers get so frustrated, like, bitch, shut the fuck up. That's why the Lord gonna just start swinging, bro. He say he coming back with a sword, man. Because all of this, like, shut up, man. You know, so that's why hey, the scripture says she that is my enemy, man. A lot of these women are your enemies secretly. You know, they be like, oh hi, yes, you know, especially these, you know, these cave beasts, black bitches, the cave beasts, bro. Wet dogs.
Females, brother?
Yeah, the females. You know, they be secretly they'll smile in your face, but they hate you. They hate your guts. That's because you a man. That don't make no sense.
Hey, my sister-in-law is like that, man. There was a conversation in the household about the whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing. And at the very end of the argument, she just said, I just don't like Tory because he a man. Fuck that nigga.
See?
I was just like,
yeah, that demon just hopped on him?
Yeah.
But that goes to show you the knowledge and wisdom of this world is no knowledge, man. It's like, what's his name? Deacon. He had all the knowledge of Yahweh Shemi Awashah, but he didn't really have, the wisdom, man.
He just knew precepts.
Yeah, because he was using what he had in the world and used that as power. No, man. That is said to know wickedness is not knowledge, man.
Oh, all bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Oh, yeah,
that's why he was able to just eat up the knowledge. The scriptures say that all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. If you know about actual whoremongers, like there's a documentary called, I think it's called American Pimp, which were actual pimps. When you watch the documentary, you realize, these niggas are smart as hell. And whoremongers are the real ones, not the niggas that beat bitches and make them, work the strip. I'm talking about the real whoremongers that use their mind to really convince women to go sell themselves. Those men are very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? They eat up all knowledge. All they have is knowledge. That's what makes women so drawn to them. They use that level of charisma, because charisma means gift from God. They use that charisma to manipulate, to convince her. Because, hey, man, it takes a hell of you have to be a very smart individual to convince a woman to go outside and sell her body.
And bring you back the money.
And bring you back all the money.
Yeah.
They get no percent. Yeah. Shit. That's
selling precepts and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, selling Hebrew prayers, selling Hebrew names.
And then selling counsels.
Yeah, marriage counsels.
Consultations. That's wicked as all hell, bro.
Some whoremonger shit.
Let him go though.
Yeah, it's a lot, kid.
This is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 19. He that tilleth his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough.
He said, he that follows after vain persons shall have poverty enough. She follows that vain man, and now she's in poverty, man. Left him with like
60K debt, I think.
60K debt. That's a goddamn luxury vehicle.
That's an M2 BMW, bro.
M2? That's a
M2
Toyota Highlander. Yeah, Toyota, one of them Toyota
4Runner TRD Pro, brother. Okay.
So we can go on, man. That's a lot of money, man, to be fucking up, man. That's only $40,000 from 100 bands. Okay, let's get the last one.
This is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent.
Yeah, him that maketh haste to be rich, man. And what they was hustling and bustling to get ahead and be rich, and that thing fell apart. And it's the great like IUIC, we know that's a big one, where they're hustling and bustling to get ahead and be rich, man. Not knowing that, look, you out there doing the Lord's work, and then you over there mixing and mangling the doctrine, man. The Lord's gonna make you pay big time, man. And that is great. Is gonna be the fall of them, because you see how they've been going on for years, man, for years. So you know the Lord's gonna have a special fall for those individuals, and they're more mainstream than anything, you know. So I'll give it to another brother.
Yeah. Isaiah 28:9.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to, hey, Shalom, how about you, how Barakatam, yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about the women and why this society is built on Queen of Heaven worship, why it demonizes masculinity. It demonizes the male patriarch. There's a reason for that. And little do most of you know, the Edomite man is a warlock. He studies history too. I got to give him that. He'll study and research. The children of Israel, we ruled the world under a male patriarch, masculine energy. You don't think the devil knows that? I'm thinking about when Yahweh Shai was taken up to the mount. Hey, let's get there, if a brother don't mind. Matthew 4. The devil knew the scriptures, the spiritual demon Satan. So Esau Edom is a physical manifestation of the spiritual demon Satan. So he'll study your history just to take you down. So our history is interwoven in biblical stories. Okay? So the devil study and research how to bring us down and keep us down and empower the woman, women's liberation, feminism, followed by Edomite or so-called white supremacy. Any brother, if you don't mind, book your shot. Matthew 4 at the top. Is that where he took Yahweh to the top of the mountain? Yeah.
This is Matthew 4, starting at verse 1. Then was Yahweh led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward in hunger. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
When you apply that today, we were given a substitute for faith. We were given science, technology. We were given monthly stipends and government child support and government Section 8 housing and government programs. Everything outside of faith. I'm just going to nourish you myself. Hey, that's that woman that was carried into the wilderness for nourishment, for one of all things. You see? So we were even tempted and are going through temptation. So just like Yahweh Shai, and they're going to use that to push that technocratic oligarchy system with the microchip. You got it, beloved.
Verse 5.
Yep.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and sitteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Beautiful. See? So the reason I went here is the man carries some wisdom. The man is the hedge, is the rock, the Lord's elect. See? We're even getting that now. You're not the sons of God. You're not the Israelites. So they're trying to play stump the chump. But notice here, the spiritual demon Satan knows the word. So even the devils tremble at the word and understand to a certain degree. That's why we win here. Hey, you got a book to shop. Read that again.
Matthew 4, verse 6 again. And saith unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Stump the chump. If you're the Israelites, show me proof. You know, if you're the sons of God, I want to see evidence. Even our women are doing that. They're looking at mammon, looking at who owns the banks, looking at who owns the military, looking at who has the bread, the physical bread, which is money, mammon. They're not looking at spiritual manna, which is the living, breathing word. They're looking at who sends them Section 8, government housing, who gives them government stipends, welfare, alimony. And that is who they are worshiping and reverencing as their God. And you got it, beloved. Let's show you how the devil is also tempting the physical men of the Lord.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And I'll start at verse 16. It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his father. Let us see if his words be true.
Wait a minute. The physical manifestation, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is doing after the manner of their father. Let's see if you got it, beloved. Let's read that again, please.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 17. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Come on.
For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
If thou be the son of God, cast thy foot against the stone. I'm going to tempt and test you unto death. You know what that said? Strive for the truth and the death. We'll go there right after you leave that. See, so his minions, the Edomites, are doing the same thing to us. And they're going to bring forth man-made orchestrated famine, man-made orchestrated civil wars, economic strife and division, social injustices. I like that child situation, that Korean devil out of South Carolina. Hey, listen, don't believe the hype. Now, these incidents really happen, but what they're trying to do is keep us stuck in the black-white paradigm. It's bigger than black and white or the physical racism. It's spiritual. What they need is an uprising in the streets. So by default, he can revert to his sword, bloodshed. So they're trying to provoke a response. And this is why we got to stay grounded in the scriptures. We don't need to be out here protesting and rioting, begging the devil for equal rights. You got to be out of your damn mind. You got to beloved. Yes, sir.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own sayings he shall be respected.
See, so when you look at this thing from an analytical perspective, famines are being orchestrated on purpose. See, so they're going to test us when we're at our lowest point, like the Habashai. He had fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Remember, the servant is not greater than his master. That's when your brain is not thinking clearly, when you're hungry and tired. You're not getting enough oxygen to your brain, you know? So you begin to make rash decisions. Your judgment is distorted. That's when the devil is able to come and test you. But really, your spirit is strengthened during those times of fasting as well. So the spirit is teaching us to stick to the word, have faith unto death. And that's what we're going to lean on. Is there more on that, brother? You got it, beloved.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 3.
Yep.
It says, but I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach.
See, so we're moving by faith, not by sight. Our women, they're looking at physical means. Well, how much money do you make? What's your occupation? Do you have a college degree? Hey, we got somebody coming by. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Allah. Hey, fuck Allah. Where's his prophecies at? Where are the prophets of Allah? Hey, shut the hell up. Hey, you got it, brother. Just go ahead and read that.
2 Corinthians 11 and 3.
Yeah.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach Yahushai.
So we're moving by faith, not by sight, okay? Simplicity. So our women are vulnerable to enticing and seducing spirits. That's why they push this Queen of Heaven worship here. A lot of the average men in America are very docile and passive. They act like a bitch when you analyze them. Very scared. And in front of Esau, Edom in court, they take off their hat, very humble. But to us, they get loud, like the nigga that just walked by here. But to a slave master, very submissive, you know, and docile. passive, but the women are seduced by people like Sakari, Genesis, Hassan in the car, moving based on physical power, physical mammon, physical means. Proverbs 11:3. The woman don't see beyond the flesh. She's looking at how much money you make. What are you driving? What kind of car you have? The size of your house, your status based on physical metrics, measurements that she can measure with her eye. So you can seduce her by sight and walking in the flesh. You got it, beloved.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
See? So we're destroyed by what we can see and measure and smell, the sights of our senses that appeal to our senses, sensitivities, lust, lavishness, lasciviousness. Come on.
Verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
See? Little did Eve know when she bought in to this government welfare system that it would destroy the family household unit, that it would destroy the nation, that it would destroy the man and childhood of the boy raised by a single woman on government welfare and benefits, that we would be destroyed as a nation. Little did she take into account and consideration on government programs that the young boy would be homosexuals, our girls would be whores, and you walking around proud about your college degree. What the fuck are you talking about? Read that again.
Proverbs 11 and verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death.
So we're not going to be saved based on our yearly income, annual salary. We're not going to be saved based on a PhD slave degree. The hell are you talking about? We're not going to be saved by hustling and dealing, okay? Being whoremongers and pimps. There's a spiritual power that we got to rely on to save us from the fire of nuclear destruction coming here on America. Let's see if Eve's college degree is going to save her, or her damn pimp master that's enticing her because of what he drives. Can't tell you how many women I hooked up with as a young man because I had shiny rims. So the woman of her senses is what she follows. What appeals to her senses. You got it, beloved.
This is Proverbs 11 and verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness.
So many are going to be taken when this society falls and breaks. Economic collapse, societal collapse. Where's the man that you trusted, Esau, the police force? Where's the security and cooperation he promised you to patrol your communities, your neighborhoods? Where's that? Where's 911 when the government collapsed? Police and vigilantes and thugs and murderers and rapists are running the streets. Let's see if your college education is going to uphold you in the day of wrath. The system you trusted on. Come on.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them.
Read it again.
Zephaniah 1 and 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of them all that dwell in the land.
Your gods cannot save you. Whose face is on the money? Who put themselves up and said, I am God. In God we trust. Whose face is on there? If I'm making shit up. Pull out your $1 bill and see what God you're serving. Okay? Pull out your $100 bill and it says, in God we trust. If I'm making this up. Let's see if your gods are going to save you in the day of wrath, bloodshed, socio-economic collapse, societal breakdowns. Let's see if your gods are going to deliver you in those days. Mammon that you trust on. You got more?
Jeremiah 2.
That's
Jeremiah
enough.
2.
Yeah, let's go to Jeremiah 2.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Saying that.
Beautiful.
Let's feed that spirit.
Our people trust on mammon, physical means, and look at us proud as hell. Okay, trusting on the goddamn devil. Yup. None of the gods of the other nations have ever delivered us. What they did was make our situation worse when we trusted on the gods of the other nations that cannot save, that cannot speak, that cannot deliver, that cannot strengthen, that cannot empower other than temporary physical means. Money, holes, and clothes, all a nigga knows. Well, that's going to get your dumb ass locked up or in the damn graveyard. How about that? The hell are you talking about? You got that in Jeremiah 2.
I got one right here.
You got it below. Why they getting that? You got it.
This is Judges 10.
28.
He's got it.
All right. I got it already?
Yeah.
Start up the verse.
This is Jeremiah 2 and verse 27. Saying to a stop, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their backs unto me.
Yeah, and look, you and S-Dub, the freaking deacon, he went from a gang member to an Israelite, now he's a Christian. You know? So you getting worse and worse. The elders and apostles, they said this year was the year of apostates, sellouts, and spies. And it's summertime now, man. It's about to be summer. It feels like it. But according to the Gregorian, we got a couple of weeks left. And all y'all are getting exposed. You even got Son Knitter, it's good we bringing this out. He's recycling the video of Tazarian going against Shaka Atmos. He's trying to bring back that Kemet and that Egyptian spirit again. But it's really all just the Queen of Heaven. Go ahead. Because whenever that feminine energy dominates the empire, that empire is sure to fall. You know? Go ahead. Even when it's two kings fighting over a woman. Not even just a woman controlling. It could be like the whole movie with Troy. You know? The adultery. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 2 and 27. Saying to a stop, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face.
Right, even with IUIC, they say the law, the law, the law. That's you in another sense, talking about staying according to the stone. Not necessarily Islam and what we go to is the moon, which is predominantly, because there's two religions, but even you Israelites, you know you're Israelites. And you say the law, the law, the law. You don't infuse Yahushua anywhere in there. And you can't, because it's easier to say Christ and stick with Christianity in that plank. You know? Go ahead.
It says, but in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Yeah, prophecy is going to reveal all. That's why we are here to tell you the future. The things that are coming is going to be reality, man. Esau's gradually, before you know it, all your rights are going to be zapped. People have no idea what's going on the technological side. Housing all your data, figuring out all your thought patterns. All right, trying to put, like the elder brother was saying, put taxes on your air to figure out how much carbon you're using. Because there's a drought, there's so-called not enough water, right? But they're not saying about anything about the water in the Appalachians, right?
Right.
What's going on up in there? That's where all the water comes from, up in the mountains. Yeah. Tell us what's going on with the mountains. See, Esau is a base man, you know? He'll tell you the earth was like 56 billion years old, you know? Make it seem like he has forever to go on in existence, to evolve. That's how we know the earth is not that old. We're all the half apes and half humans. Right. Now that we're in this time, you know? Yeah, they're missing links. Right. Keep going.
Jeremiah 2 and 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Yeah. Let them arise if they can save thee.
Yeah, read it again. Because our people, you also idolize the leaders in your community. Yeah. All right? I see all these names going around D.C. None of these people are identifying who you are and your future according to the scriptures. And you all in the churches debating whether you can pay your rent or pay the pastor who couldn't help you back during 2020 and 2019. They closed them churches down. We were still out here with masks telling you what was going on according to the scriptures. Just like we're doing it right now. So you have no excuse.
when everything goes live and this devil reveals who he is, who he's always been since he brought us over here and whipped our brothers' asses and got us all here in captivity still. Go ahead, Doc.
Jeremiah 2:28. But where are thy gods?
Yeah.
That thou hast made thee. Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
Yeah.
For according to the number of thy cities.
Christ says your trouble. Remember, Jeremiah is dealing with his people. In the same book, he talks about the time of Jacob's trouble. Yeah, the whole earth is going to be in trouble. When you go to Daniel 12, it says Michael's going to intervene for specific people. We're telling you, you could be part of that intervention if you wise up. But you're not afraid enough. You know, bombs aren't going off on your streets every week like they are in these other countries. Or the government hoarding resources, like how Colombia and Venezuela and some of these other countries in Central and South America are jacked up because of the U.S. Cuba's jacked up. That's what I meant to say, Cuba. Venezuela too. Go ahead.
It says, for according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Wherefore.
That's why every other corner you got a church.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead. You got more people dying than coming down to the altar at the day of benediction. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 2:29. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith the Lord.
Yeah, and if you want, you get Hosea 5:15 from me. That's the segue.
This is Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, I will go and return to my place.
Yeah, the verse said, you will plead with me. It's too late. Like we said, everything went live. He sent his prophets out there. He took the word away from you.
Yep.
A lot of you are going to be a part of that wandering at Amos. Trying to come find the word. Thought it was a joke. Went about your business. Didn't even take no notes. You know, nothing. Some people will stop and take a picture of the sun just to be part of data, you know. Our people don't take this thing seriously. The Lord's going to show you how serious he is.
Yep.
You know, watch till these resources start getting scarce. Talking about all this water and all this drought. There's plenty of water, man. Esau's just pushing chaos. There's endless amount of water on this landmass that we are. And if it was used properly, everybody can have fresh water. Esau's just lying to you. Because the thing with the data centers is one of the resistances, part of the resistance for humanity and creatures in general is that they need to use public access of utilities to do these things. But since they can't, now they got to try and go nuclear or build it some other way. You know? That's why they're telling you the scarcity of water, because they're about to use that.
Right.
They're going to figure out how to use it. Yeah. Meanwhile, this man wants to take feces, turn that into water, and tell you, here, drink this instead. Kill gates of hell. Those are your gods. These are people's gods. ISUPK, you say you shouldn't be afraid to go get that thing in you. Yeah. Compromise all your congregation's DNA. Go ahead with Hosea.
It's Hosea.
Or Hawashai, that's his Hebrew name.
It's Hosea 5 and 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Yeah, and this the thing is, they'll cry out and scream and holler for help when this man is coming through with great slaughter. But where were they when this word was coming out? Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. They just mocked and scoffed, and they blew this thing off. Talking about man wrote that book. Well, what about your degree you had? Who wrote the books you studied to get your degree? So once again, shut up. Shut up. You got it, beloved.
Talking shit in the unemployment line with your PhD. Crashing out. Crying on the way home. Trying to figure life out.
Yep.
You know?
And it was the spirit. My daughter dropped out of college. Good. Waste of time. I congratulated her. But Daddy, didn't you go to college? Yeah, but college is bullshit. So she had 2 beautiful grandbabies. The water Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And she's not hanging the streets and whoring out here. Like most of the women nowadays. They done had 100 niggas by the time you walk down that aisle crying, wiping your bald head. Looking crazy as hell with a handkerchief. Them panties have been all around the world and back. The hell are you doing? Don't do it. You got it, beloved.
This is Judges 10, starting at verse 13.
Yes.
Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Hey, we got to make this thing speak plain English. Make it plain. We're trusting on the gods that cannot speak or say. What a Negro would say, money talks. You see that? So we got to make this thing plain so that the lowest common user can apply it to daily life. They don't have faith in the power of God Almighty Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. Read that again about let these niggas save you, these gods.
God, this is Judges 10, verse 14.
Yeah.
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
What are you going to do when you got flood troops, storm troopers? That's the word I'm looking for. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, storm troopers. What are you going to do? Raise up a briefcase of money? Hey, look, I'm paid. Got it made. Well, we're going to take your money, whip your ass, and put you in prison. How about that? So let's see if your gods are going to serve or save you. Mammon, wealth, money, materialistic things, physical characteristics of idolatry, false gods. Real quick, any brother. Proverbs 6 and 26.
I got you.
That's why they push Queen of Heaven worship. Lady Liberty. The woman is the head. Kick the man's ass out of the house and give her government child support, alimony, government assistance, aid, welfare. Come on.
This is Proverbs 6, verse 26.
Yes.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man...
Wait, whoa. What is America called? The great whore. The daughter of Babylon. Hey, brother, hold that on deck. We're going to read that great whore and come right back to this brother. You've got to apply this and make it make sense. Make it plain upon tables. Make it speak plain English. You got it, beloved.
Revelation 17.
Yes, sir.
It's Revelation 17 and verse 1.
Come on.
And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
America, where her military bases, U.S. embassies, and sea bases or seaports around the world sit upon many waters. Make it plain upon tables. Proverbs 6 and 26.
Proverbs 6:26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
See? So yes, this is physical true as well, okay? A woman committing adultery, but at the same time being joined to the great whore, the daughter of Babylon, America, that pushes mammon, lust, lasciviousness, reveling, partying. You see? Living it up, so to speak. Living for the world. Any brother, 1 John 2:15, love not the world. You got it, beloved. Why you getting that?
It's Revelation 17 and 2.
Come on.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
What's heavy about this, yeah, it's talking about all the government leaders of the world. Don't forget, though, you got a segment of Israelites that are fallen kings that are also joined to this system. It's easy to miss Israelites that are committing adultery and going off as well. You got something hot, brother? You look like you got something hot.
No, I got this from 1 John 2, verse 15.
Yeah, bring it up.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. It says, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Beautiful. See that? So we're committing spiritual fornication, joining unto lust, chasing money, chasing the dollar sign, which is a talisman. It goes back to black magic. So you're under a spell. That's why the same men that hear us teach every week, they sit across the street and chasing money holes and clothes. Because the spirit of truth has no place in them. No place in them. Read that again, please. I love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
See? So we love what pleases our flesh, what appeals to our senses. That's what we love. A flesh eaters, a fleshly man. Esau Edom, a man after the flesh that just sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. So we want to appeal to what feels good rather than the living, breathing word of truth and backed by faith. He was not given that. So really, you got a lot of false doctrines talking about Esau stole the birthright. It was never his from the beginning. It was ordained in the heavens that the younger brother, which is older in spirit, would get the birthright. You got it, beloved.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
So the Lord is speaking through his men in the last days in the ends of the earth. Okay, the prophets raised up of Israel, of Jacob. He's speaking through his mouthpiece in the last days. So it's high time to awake out of sleep because the Lord is getting ready to bring massive, bloody, brutal, and vicious judgments. Kill without mercy. This man is going to have a demonic spirit on him. Seek and destroy. All right? Hey, any brother, I think it's 1 Corinthians 5 and 20. We are ambassadors. We want to show something. If it's not 1 Corinthians 5 and 20, it's 2nd. There it is, 2 Corinthians 5 and 20. We are ambassadors. And we're going to look up the word ambassadors. So this can confound somebody that's not moving in the spirit. You got it. Yes, sir. Yep.
2 Corinthians 5 and verse 18 says, in all things, 2 Corinthians 5 and 18, and all things are of the Most High, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahushua HaMashiach, and has given to us the ministry of reconciliation.
So to be reconciled back is returning on peaceable terms of an agreement. So you can't reconcile or return back to something you were never a part of. Walk up to a woman you never met. Hey, yo, honey, let me holler at you. Let's reconcile our differences. She's going to say, go away, you creep, or I call the police. Read that again about reconcile.
2 Corinthians 5:18, and all things are of the Most High, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahushua HaMashiach.
So this is a peace agreement, a peace accord, that we're making amends, repenting and returning back unto the word of covenant, which was made with the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, so-called blacks in America, or Native Americans, so-called Latinos. Come on.
And have given to us the ministry of reconciliation.
Beautiful.
To wit, that the Most High was in Hamashiach, reconciling the world unto himself.
So the sacrifice of Yahushua through his blood and his ministry, the doctrine, brings us back through repentance and making our bodies a living sacrifice. So we are amending the breach of the covenant. Come on.
It says, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation.
Beautiful.
Now then, we are ambassadors for Hamashiach, as though Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai did beseech you by us. We pray you in Hamashiach's stead, be ye reconciled to the Most High.
We're going to look up that word ambassadors. See? So now the Lord is commissioning ministers, laborers, apostles, which means sent away. What do ambassadors mean?
The word ambassador in the Eptomon line is a diplomatic emissary of a ruler in the court of another.
Yep.
But it also means, which comes from the old Spanish, blah, 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 a servant.
Yep.
A messenger, a servant, to drive, draw out, or forth, or move.
Somewhere in it says owner as well.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Let me get it in the blue letter there.
You see that? So the servants, the prophets, the Lord has raised up in Babylon, which is America. You see? And when you read further, it'll confound the unwise. Because the brothers get ready to read it now. The older. But wait a minute. I thought Esau was older. Once again, you have ancient spirits on the earth walking around in bodies. The Lord has sent forth messengers, which reverts back to pastor, which connects back to angel, angel of the Lord. Just lost somebody out there. They're like, what in the hell is he talking about? Hey, you got it, brother. We're going to show you that.
But the word,
yeah, after this.
Okay.
the word ambassador.
Is that ambassador?
Yeah.
You can read it.
The word ambassador in the blue letter in the Greek is presbouo, and the meaning is to be older, prior by birth or in age.
Wait a minute. I thought Esau was the older, the elder. We got to connect this to the elder shall serve. Hey, the Most High will confound you when you're walking in the flesh here. You're going to be bugged out of your damn mind. Totally. Read that again, please. This Bible is heavy, man. You could have a brother here. He might be a younger man, but he's a more ancient spirit. How do you know that? By the fruits of the spirit. Not money, holes, and clothes, all the Negro knows. What he's driving, what kind of house he has. Okay? How many wives he had. So you're judging based on Esau, the flesh, the man after the flesh of the flesh. You got it, beloved.
And again, the strong is.
What scripture were you at where ambassador?
It's 5 and 20.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay, beautiful.
But it's presbouo, and it's strong G 4245, and again, it means to be older, prior by birth or in age.
And the first fruits, these are the first spirits on the earth today, to be older. So these are the first fruits, the first spirits created after Yahweh Shai. But the Most High would confound you by making Jacob the second born. But we know the promise and the inheritance is supposed to go to the firstborn. But Jacob is an ancient spirit, okay? The foundation of all things, the former of all things. The Most High is confounding the unwise. What you got, brother?
This is Ephesians chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 18.
Beautiful.
It says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mysteries of the gospel.
See that? So these seals have been.
Hold on. Where did you start at? No. Start where I told you. Yeah.
Ephesians 6 and 19. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly.
Right, that's why I like the way this brother speaks, because that's how I've always spoken. You know, the elder Menashe can attain to that. We all have different characteristics of Yahweh Shai. Now, Yahweh Shai taught Paul directly. That's why he spoke certain ways, and he had the adaptability to reach out to a lot of Israelites. Let's get Acts 9 and 15 real quick. All right? He was a special man, and he spoke a certain way. And the truth came off rough, or it came off soft if it had to. Or in the middle, who knows, you know? To catch the hopeful elect that was out there. Just like us in these times. Go ahead.
This is Acts 9, verse 15. But the Lord saith unto him, go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear thy name before the Gentiles and the kings and the children of Israel.
Right, let's bring it back. Go ahead, finish it up.
Acts 9 and 16, for I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. All right, the top again, Acts 9 and 15. But the Lord said it unto him, go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me.
Yeah, because a lot of people would disagree with him back then. You read the book of Acts, everybody didn't agree with him. Riots were being started, he was on the run, had to get let out of a window. He gives you a list of all the things that he went through, being shipwrecked. Imagine being out in the ocean a day and a night. You see movies on it, you know? And that's being out there in these times, that's with modern technology. All right? So you have to have complete fear of Yahweh Shai Shai. You're in a situation almost worse than Jonah. You know? Go ahead.
For he is a chosen vessel unto me.
He also talks about, then on top of all that, the care of all the churches, all this stuff going on in his personal life, and whatever thorn in his flesh and infirmity that he had, he still was taking care of all the churches, making sure everything was ran correctly. Go ahead.
It says, "For he is a chosen vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel."
Right, that's why at Great Millstone we push the names, specifically Yahweh and Yahushai, as the Most High and the Son, and we teach you exactly what they mean. He is, or he exists, shall be, always is, and will be. And then he is the deliverer, or he is salvation, which is Yahushai. All right, go ahead, Amal.
Acts 18, verse 9.
Let's go.
It says, "Then spake the Lord to Paul in a night vision.
Yeah.
Be not afraid."
Uh-oh, he's getting a dream. That means it's going off. No. The scriptures warn you that some dreams don't make sense. Do away with those dreams, you know? Some of them you get visions like, no, okay, this is how I need to move in the spirit. Go ahead.
"But speak and hold not thy peace,
Yeah.
for I am with thee. No man shall set on thee to hurt thee, for I have much people in this city."
Yeah, go ahead. So that's why we're safe out here. All right, that's another scripture that backs up Psalms 91:11. We always get that. But go ahead, go back in Ephesians 6.
Ephesians 6 and 19.
And then we're going to go to the second chapter and go back to what the brother was talking about.
Ephesians 6 and 19. "And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly, to make known the mysteries of the gospel."
Right, that's why we talk a certain way. All right? And if you act foolish according to the scriptures, well, the scriptures have answers for you, for all that foolishness. Especially those chasing gods. We just showed you, go seek the gods who you think they're going to deliver you in these times. That's why people, when they come up here with their madness, they won't take it across the street and continue preaching that as long as we're out here. Just do it one day. Just stay out here until we wrap up. You know? They're going to stay in there and be like, all right, nobody's listening. They're going to start looking at their phone, figuring out what they really wanted to do on this Saturday. Maybe I'll just stop for a second just to prove them for 10 minutes. We don't even, I've never seen that. Never seen that. Except for that time, what's it called? Them niggas that surrounded us, what's that?
ICGC.
ICGOC. GJC. Say CJC? I don't know.
GJC.
Well, Jermaine Grant's gone. He died in a cell because he called himself the Comforter. Those guys, they formed a semicircle around us. They were blocking people off from us preaching the truth, asking us who commanded us to be out here and teach. Like you own DC, nigga. Now look where they at. There's none of them out teaching. They're back to just watching old videos. You know? While your man is back in the spiritual world like you idiots. I was wicked with shit. You know, because he's in his right mind. Now he's in his right mind, he's gonna be ashamed, but at the same time he's in righteousness, you know? Just like everybody. Except for the heathen. The heathen, they're through. Alright? Go ahead.
I bet Jermaine
They're
Grant
at rest. And when they come back, they don't have no hope. You know, he's got his Hebrew name, who he really was in the beginning. He's set for eternity, by the way. You know? Go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and 20. "For which I am an ambassador in bonds."
Yeah, that because I wanted to bring it home with that word ambassador. He's speaking boldly because he received visions of certain teachings where he had to speak that way. All right, he said he's an ambassador in bonds. You know, go ahead.
"For which..."
That's a heavy contract. I was watching it today. All right. I was watching Drewski skit today. He said, when old niggas still hang with young niggas. You seen that? Yeah, at the very end, he's getting arrested, you know, actually locked up, you know, for what he believes. These people are ambassador in bonds to what they believe in, you know? Just like we are, but it's in righteousness.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and 20. "For which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak."
Yeah, that was it. Because that definition was beautiful. It made me think, where am I ever supposed to speak in scripture? Because that's what we used to bring out to the beginning of camp, just to set the tone. Like, look, y'all just shut the hell up. You listen to us. There's a lot of chaos going up there in the you-know-who lane. You know, the left side, where all these other camps like to post up, where it's heavy sodomy, Gomorrah. Look, we got all the fish that we needed to get from that area. You know, if you catch us on a random Wednesday, you know, But you know, a lot of those people that pass by on the pilgrims, they're nowhere to be found. You know, even the ones that believe, you might have seen them once or twice on a Saturday. They're not scared enough, man. Well, they're not being reconciled. Let's go to that now. Because the only people that can be reconciled are Israelites. All right.
This is Ephesians 2, starting at verse 13.
Yeah.
Verse 13.
Was running through my head the whole time. Reconciled, but also got to tie in the resurrection. Because a lot of our people don't believe in the resurrection, which means being brought back again. Really, you know, being brought back to life.
This is Ephesians 2 and 13. But now in Hamashiach Yahawashi, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach.
Right, now get the script. If I be lifted up, I would draw all men unto me. He had to get put up and crucified in that manner, and it had to be, all of Israel had to witness it, you know? Because the Lord would eventually put it in their mouths and say, let his blood be upon our children, to let history pan out. More prophecy to unfold. You know, Yahushua left the Acts. They were asking if everything was going to pop off. It's like, no. Little do they know, 2,000 years, so-called 2,000 years later, you know, look where we are under Esau's calendar. And this calendar is all out of whack, man. All right? This isn't a springtime. It's supposed to be cold at night. You know, to some degree. And then hot, and, you know, that's what a normal spring is. That's what plants need. Not what Esau's going on with his ecosystem. Go ahead. No, Ephesians 2 and verse 13. Oh, yeah. Read that.
This is John 12 and verse 32. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me.
Read it louder, please.
This is John 12 and 32. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me.
Yeah, that's that reconciliation. So he knew his purpose. All right. That's why we have no excuse not to know our purpose and what's on the table. Like the elder was going into earlier, let's strive for truth until death. All right. That's what Yahushua did, and you can see his moments of weakness again. So you know that you might get weak, but then you got to pick it up and keep going. Or they say when you got a cramp, walk it off. You know, you better start walking that shit off in the spirit. What you got,
Just been fall 7 times.
Oh yeah, you got it. Pull it on out. What scripture you got? Let's go back to the Ephesians.
Out of his or?
No, you read yours, man.
This is Ephesians 2, verse.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 16. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
Yeah, you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. You know? The Lord gave you some fresh kicks. You keep walking through the same muddy puddle. You can't jump over it. You can walk around it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Your garment's all jacked up, man. The Lord said we got to put off those filthy rags and all that stuff. Put on the diadem, which represents the righteousness, the truth of the scriptures. Man, you got guys that we're going to keep on harping on it. You keep misconstruing the names. You're not teaching the names. You're not teaching the chip. It's the charagma. The Revelation 13 and 16. The see him, man. With all the developments going on in the world, you guys still want to sit down and do debates, take pictures of yourselves with quotes, you know? But you know what? The glorification of man is going to increase until Yahushua shows up. It's going to get worse. And yet more evils. Let's get that in the Apocrypha. And yet more evil shall increase. All right? That means we know we're closer. Stay in Ephesians and read that.
Ephesians 2 and 13. But now in Hamashiach Yahawashi, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach.
Yeah, that's us. The majority of the Alchemists camp born in the DMV. This is far as hell from Gilead, you know, Rama, Yahawada, Ashar, you know, Yaradan, all these different ways. All right? Which are all in the mountains, by the way. By a show of hands, how many brothers have climbed the mountain before?
Not fun.
Brothers ain't been in mountain climbing. We used to live in the mountains. That was our territory.
Oh, man.
Now we brought back spiritually, because ain't no way we're going to take that back. I would love to see IUIC and all these other groups in your summit find out a way to go landless Israel. Yeah, shoot your plane down or sink your vessel. You know, if they don't do it, the Lord sent a Leviathan after your ass or an angel to stop you. You know, there's snakes flying everywhere. Man, that would be beautiful. They run out of fuel, and Esau says, "Nah, don't fill them niggas up. Don't do that." Or somehow something malfunctions on the plane. I be praying for that shit, bro. The elder knows. I used to pray for an electrical fire to break out of my at my plantation. That shit didn't happen, but it went out of business right after I left. That shit went out of business, closed up shop. Everybody was asking me where I went. Can I get a job? Fuck all y'all, man. Hated that place. That's how we feel about you Israelites who blaspheme the names, man. But the men were getting catching stripes, put in prison, getting jumped. That stuff is gonna start happening. People gonna say, "Aren't you those Israelites who wear T-shirts and fringes coming for y'all out there, man?" You're gonna get beat screaming a higher, a shar higher. You know, like you're the Lord talking. That's basically you acting like you Yahweh when you say that. You know, that's the Lord said. No man should see his face and live. You try to talk like it. You might as well be like Esau, setting yourself up, showing you are the Most High. That's why you're glorifying yourself. That's why we send them curses on you guys. Keep going.
Kind of Ephesians
real,
2,
man.
Ephesians 2, verse 14.
Yeah.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Right. Again, Israelites. Paul's writing to Israelites scattered in Ephesus. All right. We might have had some Greekish fashion about them because they dominated that empire back then. You know. And then they did the same things we did. All right, let me stop doing this. Let me stop doing that. But back then it was harsh because Rome came down upon all the believers. Because you had Israelites, they knew they were Israelites. They were still keeping the laws and sacrificing to whatever degree they could. Then you had the believers in Yahushua. A great persecution is coming, man. Yep. That's why we had to pray for those of our family members that might believe and have faith to some degree. And when that sudden catastrophe or that trigger happens for the MOTB, their faith stays strong. And if it doesn't, then how about Yahushua protect us from them? All right? The scripture says it's every man for himself. Right? But the thing is with the scriptures is beautiful, Barak Scott. Our scriptures are like that machine that they were bringing. I remember back in school, it was a clear rectangle. They had money blowing into it. And they had a timer. You could go in there and they zip it closed, and as much money as you could get, when the timer's off, you can keep all of it. That's what's going on here. There's a timer going, and we're inside this chamber collecting all this money. It's going to pay off. You know, when that timer goes off, you're going to own the world. Immortality. The hell with fiat. No, back then it was exciting as hell. When we applied to the scriptures, brother was talking about you get 100-fold earlier. You can't even imagine 100-fold. Computers can't compute it. Your mind can't imagine. You know? The Lord got creatures set up way far under the earth that we don't even know about that help, that benefit what we do every day in our everyday life, but they exist. We're going to find out all of that creation, man, and more. We're going to feel when something's wrong in the realm, you know, in the Hamalakwa, the kingdom. You know? Let's keep going, bro. These are things got to keep you rejuvenated, man. This is what keeps us excited. Look at these people out here, man. They do. There's only so much so-called fun or distraction you can do in this place before you hit with wickedness. You know? Yeah, I went there. It's like I know I've been hogging the rock. We'll jump through anyway. Okay, good. Look up chat. You can hold it down with chat. We'll switch up. I'll just have you ask chat a couple questions. How we doing with the mics? We straight? Go ahead, I'll bring that on now.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah, people are upset with how the food is changing in the grocery stores, seeing videos of rubber food and all this stuff. And we got a long way to go. If that's what you're worried about right now, you better pray. The Lord said, "You shall eat your poison and live." I'm not saying you look at that and still take a bite. Hey, just remember not to get your fruit from there, and not let your food go bad to find out that it looks like that. You know? Go ahead.
Ephesians 2.
Verse 17, 2nd Esdras 14 and 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase.
Yeah, the world as we understand it. You know, the 12,000 years, we're coming to the end of that and coming into Yahweh's rulership. In order to get there, you got to believe in the resurrection. You got to believe that the 1/3 and what John saw in Revelation 7 and 9 were Israelites. Going back to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. We're still there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's keep going on that. The mystery of the Gentiles. Because in these other camps, you have a sprinkling of the northern tribe. All right? But that's why Nate is jet setting. A lot of these other believers in these countries are going to wake up, man, start teaching. I haven't checked in a while, but you have, I think it's the Philippines, Ofarian, or is that Thailand? Those believers out there calling on Yahweh and Yahushua. I don't know, what is their language? Tagalog? What is it? Tagalog? I don't know any brothers that understand Tagalog or got a translation, but we could figure out what they're teaching exactly. Because they're obviously fervent in the spirit.
Yeah, it's closer to Hebrew.
It's close to Hebrew. What they speak is close to Hebrew.
Yeah. I'm holding ChatGPT for you.
Yeah. Look up, see if you can find that church, that Hebrew Israelites of Thailand that call on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh. Yeah, Farian or something like that. Let's go ahead.
What verse are we enough for?
14. Oh yeah, read that again.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, I start 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee, to flee from these times. 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah, especially with this data center. At the same time, all this stuff is going on with this data center. Look what's going on within the realm of Israel with these other gods. You know, which is hard not to mention because the pulse of our people gravitate toward wickedness. You know, the majority, the 2/3 of our people, they gravitate towards it. You see it all in the comment boards. You know, this is the same man they wanted to fast to. Now he's allowed to rear his Pegasus is allowed to rear his head and have an opinion. Absolutely not. You know, he doesn't answer any videos about all that stuff that he ordered and those all that allegations. You know, that's why they're completely broken up. I don't know if there's a Sakari, Washington D.C. But if y'all are believers and you're sincere, you're more than welcome to listen out here. All right? Just leave your t-shirt and fringes at home. If you need a long extra garment, we always bring them. Don't we, everybody? We always got an extra garment. Just in case a brother forget his garment. We always got extra garment. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Got something? What you got?
The church, the Hebrew Israelite church in the Philippines, Assembly of Yahushua and Yahweh and Yahushua of Israel, Messianic Tribal of Ophir.
Ophir, tribal of Ophir. Let's look up Ophir in the scriptures. Ophir, or what is it? Ophir? Yeah, Ophir. Let's figure out how to say that properly, what that means. Because that's what it sounds like. Did you look up the etymology of what that specific spelling means in that conversation? Ophir, yeah. Ask chat what it means. What you got? Country, electrical location from which rain and precious stones and trees were brought from Solomon.
That was just a general definition.
Yeah, it had to be in that general area. What you got?
Isaiah 5:20.
Okay, read it.
It's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Right, and that's what they were doing. They took the truth, they misconstrued it. Had a lot of people thinking this because of fame. You can get a name if you join. We're telling you, if you believe, your name doesn't mean anything in this world. You know, a lot of your friends, your family members, if you really believe in the core truth or the prophecy of the scriptures, you're going to lose a lot of them because the future is very, very grim. All right, it's digital and it's grim, and it's scarce of resources. It's sorrow, it's depression. All right, it's a scarcity of meds, scarcity of coping mechanisms. You know, the Lord's taking all that comfort away. Go ahead.
It says, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Yeah, even going back to Isaiah 34, Alizé, the former leader of Sakari, he said that was referring to a bunch of vultures having sex, where it says none shall want her mate. because it had vultures in the prior scriptures. But when reading other scriptures, you'll jump back and forth in history in order to explain it in and out. All of a sudden, this is literal and it's talking about vultures. That's that Christian spirit, man. Like that gang member S-Dub said, if you ever want to make money, start preaching Gentile salvation. His wife even said it in the expose. What you got in Hebrew, the last one? Okay. I will play y'all. Let's look at the Greek of what's that?
You got a little blue letter. It says, a land or city in southern Arabia in Solomon's trade route, where gold evidently was traded for goods.
Yeah, probably near his port, near, yep. Yeah, you can read that. You can read that too. Read the whole thing. Because you got Israelites in all these places, and we're going to get it in Isaiah 11. Just to harp back on the reconciliation, that's only for the strangers that have been scattered. All right, only they can be brought back. Our Lord and Savior wasn't crucified and tortured publicly the way he was and ridiculed for the whole world all the way somehow to suddenly believe all these years later. It's like that game of telephone, man. Back in elementary school, I'll take it back again. Shit, you change telephone with it doesn't matter, 30 people or 4 people. If one person says the wrong thing, everybody's messed up. Imagine if you playing telephone. That'd be a crazy ass movie for Esau. You do telephone, and if the message is wrong by the time it ends, then all the black people in the circle die. You know, you put all these different races and shit, like on some Saw shit. I bet you everybody would it would be different. You see the true colors. You know, put some celebrities in there. Put Myron in there. Put Fuentes. You know, put one of the Kardashians. Put the shop owner of everybody on 14th Street or some shit. You know, that's how Esau used to get down in the Roman Empire, though, man. You know, when things got worse, the bread and circuses, it got harder to maintain. You know. Go ahead, Doc.
Isaiah 11 verse is Isaiah 11. This is Isaiah start top?
No, that.
Oh, okay. We're talking about Ophir.
Yeah.
This is number 3.
They could be Israelites. I just don't know what they're teaching. I wonder if I'm gonna try and figure it out. But we'll see.
It says the
just curious, you know, not saying they're all gonna be delivered. All right.
It says the claim of southeastern Arabia as the land of Ophir has on the whole more to support it than of India or of Africa. The Ophir of Genesis 10:29 beyond doubt belong to this region, and the search for Ophir in more distant land can be made only on the precarious assumption that the Ophir of Ki or Kai is not the same as the Ophir of Genesis. Of the various products mentioned, the only one from which the Old Testament notices can be regarded as clearly native to Ophir is the gold. And according to Pliny and Strabo, the region of southeastern Arabia bordering on the Persian Gulf was a famous gold-producing country.
Yeah, and you got something called the Ophir stone, and on there it's got Lashwan Kodash from the time of I forget what king it was.
It says, Elder was asking, where did the churches in the Philippines get their name? It says these churches or religious groups include Ophir in their name, usually derived from the biblical land Ophir, rather than from a specific linguistic meaning of the word. In the Philippines, many groups have adopted a belief that the islands or broader region they call Ophir are connected to the biblical land of Ophir, mentioned in the books of Kings and Chronicles. But we know that the Americas is where the gold rush was, the lands of Ophir, the Americas.
The other wares were not necessarily produced in Ophir, but were probably brought there from more distant lands and thence conveyed by Solomon's merchantmen to Ezion-Geber. If the duration of the voyage, 3 years.
That's man, I can't wait, man. Call all Yahweh Shemal Rashad. When Solomon's port is opened up, you know, that first ship is built, and the Edomites are like, damn. Because they got a ship. Now let's ask chat about the freedom ship. They got a ship they're building called it's like a mile long. What are some of the details of the freedom ship that is a mile long? They're trying to build this ship. It's a mile long. I think it can have like 80,000 people on it, I don't know, 100,000 total, 80,000 residents, 20,000 staff members, or whatever the hell. And it's supposed to be a mile long. And they're calling it the Freedom Ship. Reminds me of that movie, what was that, 2012? When everybody was trying to get on the ark. Even if that was the case, again, you got all these different species of Leviathan. You got they claiming that an eyeball opened up in the ocean, and it was like the size of, this whole block or something like that, Yeah. You heard that before? You heard that? Yeah. Or the one time they put a tracking device inside of a shark, right? Of a shark that stays at a certain level because of how it migrates and how it just lives. It stays at a certain sea level. And then they said all of a sudden, the shark, its temperature started going up. Its temperature went a little higher. And it got warmer, but then its coordinates started dropping repeatedly. And it was right off the coast of California. And it started going down several meters, I don't know, a couple 100,000 meters or whatever the hell into the ocean, But this is a huge shark, by the way, It's not like the shark was probably as long as this telephone pole. It got swallowed and taken. That's why Esau Edom, man, you ain't got nowhere to go. What's it say on that freedom vessel?
It says that
Isaiah 11.
It says that the Freedom Ship was actually never built, but is a proposed plan, the concept of a seagoing city that can house up to 10,000 or 80,000 residents. $6 billion proposed plan. And in the 90s, the estimates were as high as $16 billion. It is a proposed concept of a seafaring city ship.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised they're doing that because they're building that line. It's like a line out there in the desert. One of them countries, I forget what it's called. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. They're trying to build basically an oasis, out there in the desert. All right, go ahead. But you just trying to be like Esau. You're trying to fulfill what Esau is doing by trying to get our blessing. The Lord's gonna bring you down too, as if you're the wicked. No hand join in hand. There's a lot of you clinging to, like this Moabite ranting about Jake not donating to his community. He said we're better off without you. We got all these other products. Nigga, you're still a slave if you're in America. And he knows damn well he don't want to go toe to toe with Jake. Outside of because we're also best at MMA and all the fighting. We taught you all that stuff. But you got Moab boasting. Your country's gonna get brought to World War III, and you're gonna get destroyed. These Cushites too, they're all up in all these shops. They think everything's peaceful. They're just gonna be able to burn frankincense and myrrh forever. They just live in Babylon behind Esau's shadow. Man, fuck y'all too, man. All right, but save some of the women. Save some of the women that are outside of America. Because I'm pretty sure Kush is treating the Israelite foreigners that live in Kush, that look like Kush, Kushites jacked up. That Tigray, that civil war, I bet you Jake is catching the brunt of that shit, While the heathen are probably getting jacked up, but not as much as our people. Go ahead, Rob. That's why we need your house shot, man. Go ahead. Speak up.
It was a section, I'm not trying to remember, in Lebanon. The name was the Beast of Fleeming Slaves. They had a lot of Jakes that were living there. It came out, I think, last year. That's why a lot of Jakes say, fuck y'all, man. Yeah, man. Garnering sympathy for y'all. But look how you treat Jakes. This is when we start at the top, right? Isaiah 11:1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
Right, that was one of his incarnations. When he was here on earth was Solomon. So he was resurrected and he was brought back to life as Yahushua. But not only when he was born, he got put to death and brought back again. Yeah, that's crazy when you think about it. Him having all this knowledge, surpassing what Solomon knew. Because now he had the full strength, he had spiritual power, he understood his powers, and all right, this is the time frame when I'm to be crucified, to be sacrificed. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the Spirit of the Most High shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Most High, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Most High.
We're going to read the whole chapter. Let's do it.
And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Most High, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
That's why we're echoing again. Paul spake boldly. There's certain things that he was taught, and the way that he taught that made people, they couldn't understand it. Others, they learned so quickly, like, whoa, for real? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let me move this way. You know, that's how we're doing in these times. Right? Isaiah 4:1, Akim, don't worry. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But with righteousness shall he judge.
Which I was watching, I didn't catch Dallas last night, so I was watching them today. But the Elder Yashawamba was stressing a point that definitely needs to be stressed, that Isaiah 4:1 is a business thing. You're not going to be thinking about getting boxed if a woman's coming to you because of her situation, unless it's like right now, all right? And then everything's still moving around, you know what I'm saying? And that's happening for you. That's your lot, okay, you know? But this is going to be a rough time. Women are going to be coming by the flocks. And you're not going to be thinking about trying to please 14, 15 women if that's your lot. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no time for that. How are we going to escape? Let's get out of here. All right? We'll talk about that on the other side. What if some of these women were your sisters, or could be your mother in a past life, you know, an auntie or some shit like that, you know, a niece, you know? Because remember, they're going to come with a possible household. A +1, a +2. If the Lord puts it on your spirit to say yeah for that woman, which is going to be rare, then so be it. But a lot of women with kids that are non-believers, when the catastrophe happens, I'm talking about, you say you so-called believe, when the catastrophe happens, the Lord's not going to let you find no man. He's going to let you find one of these YNs. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins.
Right, that's why Yahweh shot in and fight. He came meek like a lamb. He said with his mouth, read that last line again, just that line.
God. Verse 5, it says, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins.
Yeah, Paul didn't write letters to all these places. I say, get a sharpen all your knives, all right? And we're gonna go fight Rome. We're gonna devise a plan, you know? Go ahead.
And faithfulness the girdle of his reins.
Yeah.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb.
That's why we're faith-based, all right? We're faith is our foundation. It's not faith in Christ either. It's faith in Hamashiach Yahushua. You got these guys, IUIC, they did a video on how to pray. He said, but most importantly, keep the laws. That's the only way to be heard. And then he said, real quickly, and have faith in Christ. What the fuck is that? You know? Auntie with the 5 o'clock shadow with the good green beans and church used to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that church saying. Keep the faith in Christ. Every time you hear that, you should think of slaves getting whipped, man. That's what I think of.
All I think of is Jesse Jackson.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Is he still alive? Did he go? Or was that Sharpton, right?
Keep hope alive.
He's gone, yeah, Jackson's gone. Now he understands he's really a son of Jack. Yep. You know? I'm pretty sure he had an idea who of Elder Yaquab, the high priest Yaquab is. You know? Go ahead. When he was living. You know? So now he's in the spiritual world, he's like, whoa, okay. Go ahead.
Verse 6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid.
Yes, the kingdom.
And the calf and the young lion and the fatling together.
Yeah, Esau wants to keep that that destructive energy going, that hunting, you know? That's ultimate peace when the animals are resting and doing their thing and laying down, you know? That's ultimate peace. You don't see that nowhere in life right now. They're not wired that way. But when the earth shakes, you see how animals act when they react to thunderstorms and stuff. Imagine when the earth shakes and they feel our vibration coming down to the earth. Everything's going to get in order. Go ahead.
And the little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together. And the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp. and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy
Yeah, our
mountain.
children gonna be good. Let's get Jeremiah 31. You can drop what you got. Go to Jeremiah 31 because the brother was talking about his daughter earlier. So we got to get the scriptures for the bows with young ones. You know, scriptures say that Jeshurun rats fat. You know what that means? Plenteous. You know, Ephraim's his bows shoot over the wall. That's a representation of his tribe, and that all of Jake get down, bro. That's why Esau Edom, he tries to emulate that. These tunnelites, those who build tunnels under the ground in Brooklyn with bloody mattresses, their goal is to have as many kids as they have. They said, the Lord told me to be fruitful and multiply. And they use the system so I can do it. And talk on a flip phone to my end of days. I want to know what's on the phones, man. One of them shit's got to get tapped.
Did you see last week?
Apparently it's the radio. They're listening to radio and prayers. That's what they said. Could be some weirdo shit though. Go ahead.
They're waiting for the green light.
Yeah, they're waiting for the green light. To call off.
Yeah.
Waiting to call off.
Yeah, because when that MOTB yes, because when that MOTB operation goes into effect, you're gonna see their true colors.
Yeah.
So right now they're building up their numbers to get ready for that hour of Jacob's trouble, because they already have all this legislation in their favor, to corner the system. And then what are they going to do? They're going to treat the regular American citizens just like they do those folks in Palestine. So you're going to see all type of atrocities, And then when you hear about all these commotions brewing in the Middle East, that's just a foreshadow of the things to come here in America. So that's the reason why they keep pushing all this wayward agenda, man. For gun control, the what do you call it, the NAMBLA effect. What else? Digitization of the economy, AI. So you see their fingerprints in everything. So what are they going to do once they're able to merge the American military with their own agenda? It's going to be a shit show, for these folks here in Babylon.
Verse 9, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. Where you read from?
Jeremiah 31.
Yes, let's get Jeremiah 31. Let me see your scriptures. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeremiah. He started 6.
It's Jeremiah 31, verse 6.
Because this is once we're fully reconciled to you, because we've been reconciled in spirit and in word. That's why we have faith in what we believe in. We're so fervent. But then that spiritual is going to become physical. All right, that's why it's important that our spirits stay hot, so that we go on the first round of getting the hell out of here with whomever is with us. Because people out there will say, "Oh, they hate their families." No, we pray for the ones that believe to get delivered with us. Nobody wants your spirit to be wrenched or whatever from your family member, but if it has to be, you prep your spirit for it. We're not stupid, Go ahead.
Jeremiah.
We'd be foolish to lose everything. You might as well just stay in the world, Go ahead. Which some have, Like that guy, Nehemiah, The status of him is wild right now with the whole family and woman. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 31, verse 6.
He look like Mr. Cooper now, man. That suit on, Go ahead. He's got a Mr. Cooper demon on him.
Jeremiah 31, verse 6. For there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God. For thus saith the Lord, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nation.
Yeah, sometimes you can cry out because it's a happy cry, You hear the grandmas, they be crying and stuff, a child's born or something happens, Go ahead.
It says, Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel.
Like going back to Daniel, the 12th chapter. That's who Michael is going to make an intervention for. When all this trouble happens, all right, delegation is going to go out to protect the elect. So we have to pray that we be a part of that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame.
Yeah, that's the Americans. There's a lot of Jake got brought here. This is where the major slavery happened over a long period of time, you know? Can you ask chat who's slavery, how long, the slavery, the transatlantic slave trade and the Saharan slave trade combined, how many years was that? Did it exist? I think we did this before.
Yeah.
It was like 1700 or something like that. Which, remember, now we're still in captivity. You know, so it's a running clock, really. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you got to add on the Northern Tribe, too.
Yep, Northern Tribe, yep.
1492.
Because and it'll try to tell you that there was a lot of slave trading in the North Sea. But that was Jake. That was Benjamin, Judah, Levi, the Vikings. That was just Jake warring within each other, just like the tribe of Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Zebulon. All right, you seen that movie Apocalypto? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 31, verse 8. Behold, I will bring them forth from the north country, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child.
Right, you see how you got some brothers aren't able-bodied to be out here on the highways and hedges. The Lord's got to deliver them. What about them? What about their faith? What about their works? According to their ability, what they can do within their life. You know? Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. What you got?
The elder asks, how many years did the North Atlantic slave trade comprise of versus the sub-Saharan slave trade? And it says the transatlantic slave trade involved forced transportation of enslaved so-called Africans across the Atlantic, primarily to the Americas. Common time frame from 1501 to 1867, 366 years, approximately. Some historians start in the mid-1400s, involving the Portuguese, through the late 1800s, yielding 400 years total. In the sub-Saharan slave trade, 1,200 to 1,300 years.
Yeah. And that's right. And you so-called Negroes, you deserved it. Like these two monkeys across the street. One day I pray Yahweh Shemi Shai let these soldiers open up on these niggas, man. I would love to see it in real time. Like I don't want to see it on TV. I want to see it in real time, man. Not only for my sake, to make Yahweh Shemi Shai happy. As much hell as 2/3 put on us here and to all the Akim in other states. Even when we go home into our lives, it's certain 2/3 that just fuck with you, man. Whether it be family or just people in the world for no reason. May Yahweh Shemi Shai utilize Esau and his forces to just get rid of all these roaches, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah.
A little more.
Yeah, keep going.
Back in Jeremiah 30 and 8, it says, the woman with child.
Right, so a lot of pregnant women are going to get delivered as the data centers are ramping up, and the mandatory implantable chips get put out, the scarcity of resources, again, food, MREs. There's only so many MREs for so many residents in this area, man. All right? Only so many people going to be able to get all the transportation out of here. Go ahead.
And her that travaileth with child together.
Yeah.
A great company shall return thither.
That's good. Well, let's get the return and we'll wrap up.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. The earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Most High, as the waters cover the sea.
Yeah.
And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
Right, that's your house shot. Go ahead.
To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam.
Right, that isn't saying that Elamites, Cushites are all the Lord's people all of a sudden. No, it says his people that have been scattered there. Whenever hell broke out with our land, what did Jake do? They ran. You know? They had to be on the run. And what do? You usually follow a water source maybe a mountain ridge, or maybe where a certain terrain meets another terrain, and you just follow that naturally. For brothers who know anything about being out in nature, you know, that's just how Israelites always operate, man. I had an uncle when I was growing up. Every time I would go visit him out in Texas, he would put me in his whip, and we would just drive real far. He'd be like, "All right, tell me how to get back." You know, but you can't read, you can't tell me any of the signs. You got to give me other directions to get back without the signs. You know, so there's a lot of parts of San Antonio that I know how to move and navigate through. Of course, a lot of it's been built up, but when I used to go out there, I'm familiar with it. All right, but that's how the whole earth is going to be for us when we get brought back to the land. That's part of the reconciliation. Because Esau, he's fighting like hell to figure out the ends of the earth. We're going to have that naturally. Again, you're gonna feel if some Esau's trying to be wicked in some realm of the earth, hiding or something like that. We all gonna feel it. We're gonna be on his ass. You know, you might send your 2051st son to go whip his ass. You know, go whip this Edomite. You know, and then call your 300 brothers who usually live over there to help whip his ass too. You know, go ahead and take all the women. Go ahead. That's what it's going to be when we take over the earth. Esau did it in wickedness. We're going to do it in righteousness. Go ahead.
That's known as dead reckoning.
Speak up, bro. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's known as dead reckoning without the aid of like geo devices or anything like that. Yeah. And from Hamath, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Yeah. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Right, and that's what we were reading about in Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. The assembly of the outcasts of Israel. The uncircumcision calling, the circumcision calling the uncircumcised heathen. All right, Yahweh Shah is going to bring them back because we're being meek and humble. All right, we're not walking around proud to be Israelites in captivity, showing everybody, oh, we're Israelites. You believe you're above these people. You walking around with your fringes on. That doesn't make you above them. You know. You still got to use the same bathroom. You still got to eat at the same table. We're not eating at the table with Edomites, man, in the kingdom. With a crop top fringes. You know? And they got this restaurant out in Dubai. You can eat thousands of feet in the air. Maybe we want to eat even higher. You know? Maybe we want to eat even further under the sea. These are the things that we're going to get back. Go ahead.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah to the four corners of the earth.
Yep.
The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not be
adversaries. Yeah, fair use, fair use. You don't own this, fair use. You don't own the rights to this song. All right, it's gonna play it out anyway. Did he have all the mutts with him last time? Huh? Oh, those are some new ones? Yeah, they all mutts, bro.
Isaiah 4:1.
-3s at best. You said Isaiah 4:1? Yeah, on the left-hand side. Don't know anybody want them heifer lumps. What's your question?
Can I ask just like why we live right there, so we always see you guys. We're just always confused.
Oh, okay, we're Israelites. So, out of the nation, we believe we're the real Israelites. And out of all of our people that believe they're Israelites, we're the prophets. That's why you see us every week. We come out here for a little bit of time, speak the word, warn the people, and then we leave.
And you guys always meet like here, right?
Well, here, right, the Spirit has us here right now. This is where we're predominantly located. There's a lot of us, so sometimes there's a camp up there, there's a camp up there, and there's a camper right over here. You know, the real problem is right across the street, though. See this? That's the real problem. And the Lord's about to end all that. That's why we out here to let our people know in the world to come, we're not going to look like this. We're not going to be on the bottom in these structures. All this is going to be destroyed. That's what we're out here telling these people. That this is modeled after the blessing of who the Bible calls Esau, Edom. That's also part of our message. The Edomites are currently ruling. The people you see on the sign, and also it doesn't matter what you look like as far as your phenotype. You can also be an Israelite, which we were just reading about, because our people are scattered throughout the earth. So you got a lot of our people, they're going to look completely different, but if they believe the message is sincere, they have a chance at salvation. All right, but the time is short, just like our time out here. We're actually about to wrap up.
Sorry to interrupt.
Is that that's okay? Is that your only question?
Yeah, I was just curious. Thank you,
Okay.
man.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Let's
Verse
wrap up.
14. But they shall fly up on the shoulders of the
Any other group would have tried to make a show, yell on the mic even louder, you know, try to get more people to make an example. We don't got time for that. We delivered the message. That's why we only out here for what, 2 hours and some change maybe? We ain't doing 8-hour shifts no more, bro. You know? Especially for the camera's sake. The devices, you know, the storage, the amount of time it takes, especially back then, to put up the videos. It took a very long time to put up a 10-minute to 15 video. You have all these videos lined up. It took like 2 or 3 days just to get the whole camp up. By the middle, yeah, literally, by the time you get to Wednesday, you get the last video. I'm talking about from the elders and apostles. 25 parts, you know? You get to part 25, you got 2 days left before they're back out there again. But now the time's even shorter, you know? Because eventually they're going to take what we're saying completely off the internet. And in order to get on, you got to have your blood loaded up to the system, so to say, you know? But we're praying to get delivered from that. Let's focus on, sometimes you got to focus on the good things, man. You know, and which includes the bad things by default. We know that. We just like to keep things in perspective for our faith's sake and to being practical with whatever our situation is within our individual lots, you know, if that makes sense. Go ahead. Y'all can walk through it. Your camera's not on you. Trust me. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 14.
Yeah.
But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab.
Yeah.
And the children of Ammon shall obey them.
That's good. That's good right there. See, we're going to get spiritual power. We told you it's going to manifest. So why would the Lord say that he's going to deliver all nations? Oh, these are all his people. But all of a sudden, all these nations who are his people, they're going to spoil Edom? No. That's because Edom is a prominent figure in the end of this world, not Japheth. All right? Not Japheth. With that, we're going to point out how. Oh, did we get a Sirach 36? That was good. Let's get that. Let's get the Sirach 36. That was good. You know?
This is Sirach 36, start at verse 5.
The Lord is showing us, man, the kingdom. We're going to remember, all these people, we're going to remember each other, man. You know? As hard as it can seem, this is a sad case, you know? Jake ain't supposed to be like this. Go ahead.
Sirach 36 and 5. And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O God.
Yeah.
Show new signs and make other strange wonders.
Yeah.
Glorify thy hand and thy right arm.
Right, that's your Howard shot. Strange wonders, calling up all these people and giving them spiritual power, and they all look like heathens. Some of them look destitute, you know? Some of these derelicts are going to get delivered. As hard as it is to believe, some of these people out here among them, they're going to get delivered, but the majority of them, all right, are going to get whacked. You know? They're going to get whacked. You remember the woman, she was dressing all white and covered? She was emailing us with her questions. They put her in that psych ward where they used to have it. I don't know if it's still there. In Southeast, not far from where Sabarber used to work. You know, they put her in there, but she would be considered what people call a derelict, like she's out of her mind. She wasn't out of her mind, you know. But the thing was, I think she was teaching too much. You know, she should have just been quiet and listened. But wherever she is, if she's still alive, if she still believes, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gonna scoop her up. If you're still out there, Aqua, wherever you are, you know, because I think she was a believer, for real, you know. Go ahead.
Back in verse 6. That they may set forth thy wondrous works.
Yeah, that's wonders. Go ahead.
Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
Yeah, we're getting a bird's eye view of that right now with the Mad Max crew, you know. So with that, we're going to Panya Hakwadam and give all praises to our power. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The name is Yahweh Shai. Is the name of the only begotten Son. Bakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. Those powers are what's coming to crush predominantly everybody out here, all right? Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect household of faith. Shalom, shalom.